is an imposter. Dude, just playing Minecraft on my own. Absolutely no one else is here. Now's my chance to take him out. For justice. What was that? What was that noise? What? Weird. Man, all that getting stalked by my doppelganger sure has me wishing I had a mud farm right now. Oh look, a mud farm. It must be some kind of magic. It's some kind of magic. Look, we can make mud. Oh, it's so magical. You hear that? Magic. That's right, magic. It's the magic episode. We're here in the magic episode. Let's go. It wasn't magic, it was me. I made the mud farm. There's no such thing as magic. Grow up. Come on. What are you, like 4? Magic's not real, everyone knows that. You pay taxes and stuff. God, that's the real magic. But look, more magic. We've got all the... Okay. We've got all these resources, which I didn't collect. They just appeared here by magic for the magic episode. Because we're gonna build a magical forest. I thought we'd turn this kind of hillside into a magical forest we can walk through to get down the hill as well. So a little path going through it too. So let's build it. Here we go. Brief building talk intermission because I recorded no transition. Magical, it's a magical transition. Okay. We have our entrance into the magical forest. I haven't really paid much attention to the leaves falling. I reckon that is gonna really make the atmosphere of this place feel great. But that kind of brings me on to one point which I've been trying to achieve in this world, which is moving away from how something looks and moving towards how something feels. And I've done that because I was thinking back, and you think, what is your favorite Minecraft world? When you think of Minecraft, you think of your favorite world, what is it? And a lot of the time, for a lot of people when I ask this, or myself included, you sort of go back to the world you had when you were younger, when you were a kid playing the game, right? Sort of that nostalgic feeling. And that's the key, I think, it's the nostalgic feeling. Those builds were objectively worse than what I'm building now, you know, they did not look as nice in any way, but something about them, something about the way they fell, it just really makes you happy, right? And I think the key to that is making something feel nice rather than look nice. Obviously, they kind of play hand in hand. The way something looks plays into the way it feels, but it's not everything to a building. And one of the reasons I think this project I'm doing now is so important is it's going to make this whole starting area feel so much nicer rather than just being sort of a few buildings cobbled together into seemingly one area. As I just round out a few finishing touches here, I wanted to kind of complete my thoughts on what I was saying earlier, which for you was like 10 seconds ago, but for me it was hours ago. The power of not editing, it was magic, that's what caused that. But I've sort of been thinking about it and come to the conclusion that there's kind of 3 key aspects in making something feel. The first one, which is how something looks, which is pretty self-explanatory, you know. It's what it looks like. Pretty simple. The second one is kind of the theme. They're all interlinked in a way, you know, it plays into it. So, you know, medieval, cyberpunk, whatever you want. That's going to determine how something looks as well. It determines the kind of feeling you're trying to achieve, right? If you're trying to achieve a like dark medieval kind of setting, it's going to feel different to if you're trying to achieve a sort of cottagecore very whatever, you know? And then the third one, which is something I'm trying to work on, is kind of the story something tells, right? And I don't necessarily mean story in terms of Little Red Riding Hood or whatever, but what I mean is the story a building can tell. So you could have a blacksmith, right? But how do you know it's a blacksmith? Well, you'd have maybe an anvil, a furnace within the blacksmith itself. You could have a sign with maybe an ingot on the blacksmith building. But then also nearby, you might have a mine, which is telling the story of where the blacksmith is getting the ore from. Also, you could have a marketplace where they sell their goods. If you see what I'm trying to get at here, I guess I can show you what I mean. Over here, we've got a little baby tree. What does that tell you? It tells you this is a forest and it's growing, and that alone tells the story of this forest and adds, I think, pretty immense value into a build. But it's little things like that. It's like over there with that, you got the floating rocks, and if I hadn't ripped up the ground over there to tell the story of these have been ripped from the ground, it's sort of doing the same thing but on a bit more of a storytelling scale over there. Anyway, those are some building thoughts and how my building philosophy has changed. And we will get into a forest tour now. I very much enjoy this place. I think the little enchanting hut fits a lot better now. We've got our entranceway here and we'll follow the path around. We've got a lot of these rocks and flowers planted everywhere and leading around the path. You might ask, what makes this a magical forest and not just a normal forest? Meow, for you an idiot? It's just a forest. There's just trees. Trees are magical, okay? Nature. But we've got these magic trees here and this magical little, I'm not sure what you call this, but I want to get some axolotls and put them in here as well. We've got these magical trees with the dark sort of barks here with our pink and purple terracotta and then some pink glazed terracotta too. We've got our light coming off them. So these are our magical trees surrounding our sort of magical pond. I guess we'll call it the pond. And then we have all these magical plants as well out of coral and these cactus bushes, which are actually great because I didn't know this, but they can be placed on any block. At night, this place really comes alive as you start to get the firefly bushes coming up. And we've got a few of those, whatever they call these things, the word purple things on these trees. Continuing around, you can see the pond here splits off into two, flowing down the mountain. And we walk down here, and this is one of my favourite parts as we get the view of the ruined city at night. And we've even got a little bench with some amazing new blocks. We have the shelves here, which is probably the most important and best block they've added to Minecraft for redstoneers and builders and everyone in a long time. They're great, they're amazing. Goodbye signs and trapdoors. You are no longer my best friend for seats. Shelves are my new best friend. Anywhere where there's sort of a steeper drop, I've put in this kind of rocky terrain here. Just makes it more interesting than just grass. But a lot of bushes down, a lot of rocks, a few lanterns, baby trees sort of on the outside with bigger ones on the inside. Bit of a steep pathway down here, but you can see our two flowing rivers sort of combine into the lake here. You are ruining this magical experience. You are ruining my magical experience right now. What is wrong with you? This is not magical. This is the opposite of magical. Death is not magic. Anyway, coming down here, down the path, we've got another seat and a little lake at the bottom with some reeds and rocks. And I think it is, you do not come over here. I swear to God, these zombies are ruining my magical experience. Don't do it. Goodness sake. Don't blow up my magical area. Thank you. Taking us into free cam then. The forest does go, oh my God, there's creepers everywhere now. But the forest does go along here as well, where we've got another rocky area. We might eventually expand a pathway that way, but again, just some baby trees and rocks along here makes this kind of hillside area look a lot more complete and sort of nestles our cabin, our starter base here, a lot better. Are you feeling the magic? I'm feeling the magic. Do you want to see a magic trick? Look at the screen. Future me's doing some magic editing right now. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be some card magic trick, or it could be just some weird inverted color effect. Oh, magic. Oh, that was magical. Wasn't that just magical? Moving on, we need to get to work because this isn't even the main project for the episode. The main project is, in fact... Oh my God, no. We gotta go. We gotta go. It's not the safest magical forest, okay? The main project for the episode is, in fact, of a magical theme and nature as well. It is a Hobbit village. What's a Hobbit, you ask? I don't know. Just a little guy like me, just a chill little dude. Look at this chill little guy. That's what we're doing. They're talking about me. They're having a meeting about me. They're planning to overthrow me. See about that. We'll see who comes out on top. So of course we need to do some resource collecting with a montage. Getting fed up of montages, are we? Well, that's tough. Okay, this montage is going to be magical somehow. See, super magical, just trees, nothing weird. Go quiet those. No, that's not magical. It's fine. We're just collecting stuff. There's nothing go. Well, no. Oof. I thought we were in trouble for a second there, but we're just collecting wood, so everything's okay, and there's no murder happening. Oh god. Oh no. Why? This isn't magical at all. What have I done? Oh. Okay, hopefully that's over now. Wait, can you hear that? What's that music? That was weird. Totally magical now. We're just collecting blocks, a bit of wool and some mushroom. Nothing else weird can happen, right? I know what you've done. I know you had a meeting without me. I've captured you president of the bees. I know you're planning to overthrow me. I know what you're up to be. And I've trapped you in this prison of bamboo until you spill the details of the coup. Not a talker, are we? Buzz buzz. We'll see about that. We'll see. By Jove, he's done it. We've got all of our resources here, ready to go. There's a lot of them. I say that as I open multiple empty chests. Just believe me, you don't need to look at all the chests. There's a lot of stuff in there, you'll see anyway. Because we don't have everything, I just lied to you. Huh. I've been sat here for 2 hours, and these bits of copper have not aged one bit. Why? Please, Minecraft, give us some way to manually age the copper. It would be so nice. I don't care. I'll pay diamonds to do this. Now observe as I failed to say a simple sentence 5 times in a row. But hopefully, by the time we get round to needing them, we will... but hopefully, by the time we... oh my god, please. But hopefully by the time... we get round to... What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Talk. Last try. But hopefully, by the time we get round to needing those copper bits, they'll have aged. First try. But that leaves just one thing to do, which is to build our Hobbit village, starting with a couple of trees, a path, and maybe the first Hobbit hut. Are they huts? Hobbit hole? I guess the hole's Hobbit hole of the village. Hobbit! Did I scare you? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I did. It was clearly, obviously, me trying to scare you there. Anyway, we've got a path kind of heading towards our city, so they're kind of linked up. Maybe the people living there and the hobbits have a bit of a friendly relationship, who knows. But the path, it winds up this hill, and you have these 2 trees on either side acting as the entryway, the gateway, and we have got ourselves our first Hobbit house here. It is actually not complete because there's no door. Where's the door, you ask, Meowth? Meowth, why is there no door on the building? Well, it's not aging. It's been about 5 hours since I last recorded. This one has, look how lovely, and the trapdoor did, but this door just won't age. Why? Why do you hate me? Please, you're just going to have to imagine there's a door. We've got our no admittance except on party business sign, of course, has to be in there somewhere. But out the front here, we've got a little garden. Of course, hobbits, they do gardening, apparently. Maybe, who knows? They're people. Or hobbits. Are hobbits people? Yes. No? We've got lots of overgrown bushes, firefly bushes. and lots of leaves up on top with a chimney. So if we take the pathway in, we can see the outside here. All of the houses are going to be a little bit different, but this one is kind of made out of spruce and jungle, a little bit of mud of course as well. And if we go through the front door, because there's currently a waxed oxidized copper door right here, can't you see it? Look, I'm going to open it now. Yeah, and we close that behind us. Why is that a stair? Ignore that. We've got ourselves an interior, of course. It's very cozy. In the entryway, we've got a couple of coat racks. We've got a nice warm fireplace, some random decoration. It splits off with these nice doorways, very circular archways, heading into our kitchen here. We've got the classic black and white floor. Just a nice little kitchen, really. Through into the next room, we have our bedroom. We've got a kind of room divider here, leading in to the main bedroom with this nice carpet, kind of a flowing blue gradient. Heading through to the next room, we've kind of unintentionally made like a big face going like, ah, here, with a big open mouth and two eyes. What kind of hobbit hole is complete without a dining room? Of course, if I know anything about hobbits and anything I can relate with, they like food, like me. I love food. God, I'm really hungry. I quite like the roof in this room, sort of goes up diagonally. It flows very nicely into the bedroom, of course. And through here, we've got just kind of a little storage room with some farming supplies for the hobbit, because this guy's kind of the farmer of the village, is my law. It's dark. I'm scared. Help. Help me. Help me. Oh no. So now, hopefully, you kind of are getting a better idea of what we're trying to accomplish here in the village. I really feel like there should be a trapdoor there. That's better. Yes, I hope you have a better idea of what we're trying to accomplish here and sort of the vibe we're going for. And of course, I've already led the path out going this way and this way. So without further ado, let me build the rest of the Hobbit village. Hobbit, 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 Isengard. There's a song in there somewhere. Someone can make that. Welcome. I don't fit here because I'm not a hobbit. I'm a 6'8", absolute muscular warlord. I'm super tall. Yeah. I don't have my rockets because we've got no door. Yeah. Okay. We've run out of rockets. Okay. That would have been bad. This place is not lit up. It really does take a long time to walk around. We take our lectures for granted, that's for sure. How is the door only oxidized one stage? It's genuinely been like 10 hours. It's been 10 hours in game time. Probably not that long. It's been a long time. Really? Okay, we'll just... Oh, I hate copper. What do you mean it's a skill issue, huh? Did you say that? I'll show you a skill issue. You want to see a skill issue? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. No, come back, please. Lovely, that's some rockets sorted out. He's still there. He's still in prison. What a guy. What have you done? What crimes have you committed to belong here? Oh my god. Cover your ears. What a freak. Right, where were we? Yes, Hobbit Village. This is a Hobbit village. We're missing a door. It's okay. Allow it. And you know what? It's come out quite nicely. We, of course, have this first house, which you've already seen, so I won't go back through it, but it's still very nice in my opinion. It'll be even nicer when we have a door in. God. We'll do a little loop around, finish with the birch house. But we have a nice waterfall coming down here, flowing into a kind of river, and it's connected to this water wheel here. And we've got a pathway here leading up to this tree and bench, with this tree actually being quite important in my opinion, because I wanted to kind of enclose the village, if you will, and not have it viewable from the outside. So if we are to come on the outside like here, you can't really see into it. There's trees blocking it, or there's the mound here, and a little but you know, the tree kind of blocking the line of sight into it. Obviously it doesn't really work from up here, but you know, It's a hidden village anyway. That was the idea behind that. So we have our little lake here, and we've got a joint farm between these two buildings. Of course, you've seen the inside of this one as we did it together, but I do think this one might be my favourite. It is the coziest. I don't know how I've missed that block, but I just really like this room. It can be difficult sometimes in Minecraft for sure, doing an interior. Sometimes you feel like you have to force yourself to do it, unless it's really your thing. It's not always the funnest thing, but try and push yourself to do them, because honestly, you've surprised yourself. I certainly did. We got a workshop here. I really like this rug. Really cool concept doing rugs with these leaves. I don't want to take credit for it. I'm fairly certain I saw that somewhere else, but I couldn't tell you where. That's that building. Across the road here, we've got more of a beige building. We've got a nice chimney coming up. We've got a tree on top of the building, which I think frames it quite nicely. And we have something which I've never done, but you always see done, which is use dirt. Not as dirt, but as a building block. And that's because one thing you can really do to level up your building in Minecraft is to stop seeing a block as a block and start seeing it as its texture, as its color, as its hue, you know. So for example, you don't look at maybe a jungle wood there and think of it as like a wood. You think of it as the color and the texture and how that actually blends with rooted dirt, it blends with mud, etc, etc. So once you sort of escape the idea of things being just what they are and start looking at how they can work beyond that, you'll really level up your building game. I certainly have, and it's something I'm still trying to do, quite obviously, because this building is just made out of wood. I still think it's nice, but I really tried on this building to use that technique and method. But heading on in to the interior, we do have a nice entryway with a little lounge here and a little teaser of a ring there using the armor stand mod, which I have never used before. It takes quite a while to figure out, and it's not the greatest thing, but it's just a cute little Easter egg. We have a cute bedroom with a nice green bed. It's nice and atmospheric in here because the lighting is quite dim. I really tried on these interiors. One thing you might notice is to use quite a variety of blocks, like especially ones I don't usually use, like cherry wood I never use, but it just works in here. But I love this room. We've got a little reading nook here where you can open the window, look out. We can see our town in the background there. I've not actually looked out this window. This is great. Yeah, so we have a little reading corner, and the roof is an overgrown mess of green, which is always a nice thing to see. Again, using blocks I usually don't is bamboo. I genuinely don't think I've built with bamboo before this building. So we've got kind of a striped roof on here with birch and bamboo. And through here, as of course, we have yet another dining room, a very important place for hobbits, of course, and a nice kind of diagonal table. I tried to experiment and not just do a square, because it can be really easy to do that, because everything's square within Minecraft. What are you expecting? Circles? God, come on. So those are our two houses there and our house there, and we have our final house here, this birch house, which I made into a sort of greenhouse apothecary kind of biologist, maybe. I'm not sure what you call it, but we've got a desk here for them to get to work at. They're growing some plants and stuff. They've got a little plant bed here as well, and a little table to sit on with their nice window. And then the rest of their house is actually downstairs in a basement. We have just a little storage room here with a supporting pillar. Through here, again, actually using pink and green. I didn't realise I used that twice, but we've got a nice bedroom here. Through here, we've got a nice book room, and there's nothing weird going on here. You just have to trust me. There's nothing weird at all. Anyway, that's going to do it for the tour for now, but we're not done yet. This was originally where I was planning to finish it, but I came in and looked at the village and I am very happy with it. But when you look at it, maybe from this angle, there's quite a gap of space right here. There's definitely room to put something here, and I was trying to think what I could do, and I thought maybe it kind of defeats the purpose of hiding the village, but maybe as some kind of landmark for the area, and certainly fits the Hobbit theme. we could build a really big tree. But we're not going to do a montage because we've done multiple of them. So it's going to appear after a little musical number. I'm not singing, don't do that. It's just going to be some nice classical music and me placing like 4 blocks, and then the tree will be here. It's magical. And there you have it. Oh my god, I missed a... There you have it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a scuffed tree. It looks a little scuffed. Building trees that are bigger scale is quite difficult, it turns out. This area now is feeling super cozy. Let's take a better look at this tree. Similar to other trees around here, or that I've built in the area. So we got oak, acacia, tough, and we are very much following the same concept here of oak into acacia into tough. But there are a few variations and interesting things going on with this tree. Firstly, I've scattered in a few barrels. I just think it adds some nice variation to this bottom section. Going up as well, we have the tree actually splitting off like a lot of trees do. I don't think I've done a great job at the leaves, to be honest, of the splitting. It should really maybe be more like this, but it does have a little bit of shaping. Like I've said many times as well, an important part of a tree in Minecraft, in my opinion, when you're building one, is making sure you have plenty of branches that can be seen. Up here as well, we're simulating kind of some variation in the texture of the tree with this polished tuff, and these candles also help give the branches just a bit of extra shaping really. And I'll add a little shader pack onto the screen now so we can take a look. Doesn't it look wonderful? Probably. I don't know, I can't see it because I'm doing that in editing, but you'll tell me if it looks bad, right? You'll let me know, you'll be honest. You wouldn't lie to me, would you? No? What do you mean it doesn't? That's just rude. How rude? The door. Please. Surely by now. Oh my god, it's... We did the door! Oh, this is the perfect conclusion to the video. We can finally add in this bloody door. This has done my head in. It's genuinely been taking so long. Finally complete the village. There we go. Perfect. And that's this complete building. It's all worked out in the end, it's okay. It's been a very magical... I forgot about that bit, I'm not gonna lie. It's the magic episode. Do you feel magical? Has this video made you feel magical? Then you should subscribe. I forgot about the magic bit, I'm so sorry. It's magical. We're in the magic Hobbit village and there's a magic forest over there. Anyway, I'm wrapping up the video now. It's over. Go watch something else. Subscribe first, but then go watch something else. Maybe watch another one of my videos. I don't know. It's up to you. You're live. And I'll see you in the next one.